Hi everybody, it's October 20th, Pastor Appreciation Day at Main Place Christian Fellowship. I certainly hope after this video blast today you still appreciate me. I think that I'm going to share with you something that will be meaningful. At the same time, I don't want it to be hurtful. I'm going to share from Hebrews chapter 11, the first verse, one that's very familiar to you. It says, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, and the convictions of things not seen. For by it the men of old gained approval." I hope that I'll also gain some approval, because faith is very important to me. It always has been, and I believe it always will be. You know, pastors often talk amongst themselves a little differently than they do their congregation. And so today, I wanted to share with you something that other pastors and I have been talking about. As a matter of fact, we've emailed it back and forth, and this is one of my latest emails. I said, "A lack of faith exists in our church today. The average Christian doesn't even know what it is to really have faith. Instead, we have rules, resulting in prayers that, if they're even prayed, probably don't move God to do very much, if anything at all. And that kind of attitude results in selfishness rather than selflessness. And therefore, there is little or no desire today to seek and save the lost, which brings glory to God." I believe that most people in churches today feel pressure to carry out those rules instead of a passion to carry out the Great Commission. They attend most of the time out of guilt. They're without vision, only attendance. And that's my opinion as to why the Christian church today is perishing. And we have become just another religion in most people's eyes. That's the kind of thing that we talk about. What I want to talk to you about today is real faith. Real faith believes that God can do all things. He can do all things, and He will do all things. And He's going to use you, and He's going to use me by filling us with a desire to please Him. Do you have a desire to please God? How does He know? How does He know? What are your hopes? They say a lot about you. Do you hope you can lose some weight? Do you hope that you can get a new car? Do you hope that you'll get a raise, find a wife? Do you hope for a husband, money, or fame? Or do you have hope that your neighbor comes to know Christ? Do you have enough hope that you ask God to save your neighbor? Do you have hope enough to ask God to give you an opportunity to share the gospel with your neighbor? Do you have hope enough to just invite your neighbor to church? God moves mountains. Your compassion for the lost moves God. Ask Him and see if what I say is right or righteous. Heck, while you're asking, ask Him if you're saved. Are you serving to bring glory to God? My vision is to start 20 churches in 20 years. God's vision needs to be for you to love your neighbors, to love them as you love yourself, by taking Jesus to them in a caring, creative, and effective way. Folks, we got to turn things around at Main Place Christian Fellowship. We got to be the example for other churches, not just our churches, but other churches, because I think we're all in this boat together. We're supposed to be kingdom people and grow God's kingdom. But right now, we're just shifting from one church to the other. Wherever it's the easiest, it seems to me, people are going. Well, to do the work of the Lord, it's hard. It's hard, but hard is good, as I've said many times before. And so I challenge you. I challenge you to look at your faith. Look at your faith and see if you've got the faith of a mustard seed. That's all it takes to begin with. And then allow God to grow your faith by believing what He says and trusting that He will keep His promises. I hope you appreciate this. I hope I gain your approval with this, because this is really important stuff. May God bless you and keep you. I certainly appreciate you.